Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at something a little bit different. I don't normally call out YouTubers, and this isn't really a call out. This is a video focused on the Ace family, a topic that many of you have asked me to cover in the past. Now, the Ace family is a vlogging family, but not a vlogging family like any other. The Ace family is a large vlogging channel that bases their relevancy on controversy, or so it would seem. This vlogging channel genuinely may hold the record for the most amount of apology videos ever. I just searched the word sorry on their channel, and already now what do these guys have to apologize for? Well, strap in, because this list is extensive. But I'm just going to list a few things that to this date they have somehow managed to do. 1. Hosted a basketball challenge to shoot X amount of hoops in a row without missing. Now, this seems very innocent, and there was a big cash prize for the winner. Now, the controversy is around who won this, because in plain sight, the person who won this is one of the Ace family's high school friends who is a professional basketball player who mysteriously turned up to this event. Now, there is a cash prize government law that prevents you from basically paying friends or family the winnings of a event or of a challenge. So that's number 1. Number 2, hosted a boxing tournament involving Austin himself, the male protagonist of this anime series. Well, the controversy around this one is that the events organizer that they worked with got into a massive lawsuit with them over the fact that he refused to promote the event where all the costs were falling on the event organizers, obviously. So he refused to advertise said event. And then it gets worse. It flopped because he didn't advertise it. And then he proceeded to not pay the boxers that he'd hired for the event, that also then proceeded to take him to court over this, I believe. It wasn't very public whether they did or didn't, but based off a podcast, it does seem like at least one of the boxers did take him to court, and the others were kind of riding on the court case of the event organizer. So 2 for 2, we're doing great already. And then in the wake of the boxing event that was set to launch on Valentine's Day, they announced they were going to give away 3 Tesla Model 3s, and then eventually tagged winners in the post that you had to like, share, and everything on Instagram, except people contacted the winners, and it was alleged that they never actually got their Tesla Model 3s because they seemed like sock puppet accounts or hacked accounts that they had tagged. So we're already seeing that these guys are incapable of doing anything that they say they're going to do. And that leads us up to today. Now, there are a slew of other issues, including the wife, Catherine, and something to do with a makeup company that was suing her over some brand deal or something. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot to get into. But we're going to jump forward to today's issue and today's controversy. So their latest rodeo in scamming their fans is the Ace Family Fest, which they have promised to be a mix between Coachella and Disneyland, which, to be honest, is just setting up for another Fire Fest. I don't see any two ways about this. So how much do you think they're charging for these tickets? Because this is where the dodgy nature of this comes in. So here on their website, Ace Family Fest will take place July the 9th in Palmdale, California. Ace Family passes sold out, which mysteriously have sold out despite having a volume of 5,000 left, which we'll get onto in a minute. That's right, of course. $499, down from 1,500. That's for the VIP pass, obviously. The regular pass is $299, down from 900. And these prices are going to be relevant in a minute, because some people did some digging, and this gets so much worse. Ace Fest, all ages, July the 9th, noon, 10 p.m. So they've promised that this is going to be a massive fun fair. Well, the venue they're hosting it at is called AV Fair. That has been announced and confirmed. So, people have called up AV Fair to see if they are aware of this event. because if you're hosting the event there, they should be aware, right? And it turns out they are aware of it. However, it's not their event. So the event that's taking place there is actually Summer of Soul, which is a musical kind of arts and talent event. And you may notice that the price for the tickets for this is $15. A massive change from the $500 and $300 that they're charging. Now, when people have called up this venue, and there are lots of clips of this on YouTube, and I did try to do it myself, but I couldn't get I'd called them to do my own research on this, and the app that I was using on my phone to record the audio apparently doesn't support recording of phone calls and just mutes anything that is an incoming phone audio. So that was useless. However, I did find some information about this, which I find to be very strange. Now, while they are aware that this event is taking place, they seem very uncertain about whether the events are separated. They seem to think that the tickets that are being sold for $15 are the same ones that are going to be going out to the Ace Family event, because it's the same event, which at worst seems like the Ace Family are just reselling $15 tickets to an event that they do not own for a massive increase in price. That's bad enough as it is, because technically you could buy the one to the Summer of Soul event for $15 and attend the Ace Family event. Now, I'm sure that they'll have meet and greets that require you to show proof of purchase on your phone through the Ace Family store and whatever, right? I'm sure that's going to happen. Now, is it legal? I'm not sure. Is it absolutely shafting their fans out of hundreds of dollars for an event that they have no control over? They're just basically a sponsor of. Yeah, it absolutely is. Is it any surprise? No, of course it's not. This is not their first rodeo with this. Now, what gets weirder is when I was on the phone, I was asking about event capacity. Now, while they weren't sure of the exact capacity of this event, of people, how many people we can fit in this event, I'd mentioned that these guys had sold out 5,000 of each pass, of VIP and club pass, for a potential combination of 10,000 or 5,000 if it was shared between the two. The number doesn't really matter here, because the guy I spoke to essentially said to me, oh, it won't hold that many. And this is for a small part of an event that they have tagged along to. These aren't even the tickets for the Summer of Soul section. They're still on sale. They still have some to sell. So let's say that the capacity is around 2,500, because that's what it seems to be based off my research. I believe these guys are selling tickets that potentially don't even exist. Or maybe for some reason, they've got it in their head that now that these tickets have sold out, they can just email the guys and be like, hey, we want to buy 5,000 tickets to your event, so that they can pass it on to their fans. And the funny part's going to be when the event turns around and goes, we don't have 5,000 tickets. That's beyond our capacity. We can't sell you 5,000 tickets. So, something else that I have been given as a little tidbit of information, and I can't confirm this, so take it with a pinch of salt. I spoke to someone who has bought one of these tickets, and they then tried to refund it through AV Fair, and AV Fair have no knowledge of their purchase, allegedly, which could potentially mean that that's correct, that they are taking pre-orders of these tickets, but you don't currently own a ticket to this event yet. This seems like an absolutely horrendously thought through plan. Again, I can't confirm the last bit, but it does kind of lean into, the suspicions everybody has around this, that this is going to become a disaster. So let's look at what they're offering here, because this is a bit of a telltale sign that this is going to go south real quick. Ace Fest admission, access to free rides, access to free games, access to free prizes, access to free performers. Now, what makes me believe that this is going to be a disaster and an absolute fleecing of all their fans is that after talking to the event organizer, This is already happening. Everybody with access to the Summer of Soul Festival already has access to this. And it seems like all the rides, all the performances, and pretty much everything listed here is being organised by the AV Fair for, to be used by all of the attendees of the event. So you don't actually have to pay $400, $500 for this. You get that for $15. Here we go. Only 5,000 tickets available. Get one before it's too late. The good old FOMO line. Again, the venue doesn't have that capacity, so theoretically there should not be that amount of tickets. Because you can't have somebody buy a ticket, show up, and then be turned away due to capacity limits, right? And then, to make it worse, to make it so much worse, Ace Family ticket options, Ace Fest Pass. This one pass counts as 3 tickets. So not only are 5,000 people going, you can take 15,000. I'm telling you now, the venue does not have 15,000 capacity. It doesn't. Want to make it worse? Ace VIP Pass, this one pass counts as 5 tickets. So now you've got 25,000 people just for the Ace Family event that are going. And then however many show up to the Summer of Soul. Could you imagine 30,000? A 30,000 person festival that has a capacity of about 2,500. When I say this is going to be like Firefest, I truly believe it will be. If anybody is in the area, anybody at all, please contact me, because I want to get you there so that you can film this for me, because I can just see this unfolding into like some sort of humanitarian crisis, like NATO's going to be called in. Ladies and gents, I try to avoid covering other YouTubers because other YouTubers do make mistakes and they do get themselves into trouble with the wrong sort of influential brands, so on and so forth, taking deals with the devil, then realizing it was a mistake after. But I feel I had to cover this one purely because of their track history in doing this over and over again and basically having to do an apology video every couple of months for it. And that just being enough for them to get away with keep doing it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've watched it through to the end, please consider liking, subscribing, or if you want to be a true legend, please support me on my Patreon. Speaking of patrons, a massive thank you to my patrons. You guys are a massive support line for me, and I cannot thank you enough. If you're watching this as it premieres, I'm going to be live over on Twitch. We can talk a bit more about this, dig into it more, and just play some games and chill. If that's not your thing, absolutely understandable, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.